Geet. There's a very unique speciality in this Granth, Sri Venugeet. In this Tattva Siddhant and Ras Vichar, both we are able to hear, we are getting to know, and both are supporting each other. Tattva, it's required to know the Tattva, and it's also essential to know the Ras Vichar. If either of the one is missing, I mean, if either of the one we don't know, then the information would be lacking. The knowledge which we need to get, that would be half. Some people only focus on tattva, transcendental facts, and they ignore the ras vichar. That is why rag bhakti, it becomes difficult to advance in rag bhakti. What is rag bhakti? Few days back, I I spoke in a house program here about Rag Bhakti. Bhakti can be done in two ways. Sadhan can be performed in two ways. Vaidhi Bhakti and Raganuga Bhakti. Vaidhi Bhakti means what? Which which is performed out of fear of scriptures. Which is performed out of fear of scriptures. Like today's Ekadashi, all glories to Ekadashi Tithi. Like, it is essential to do ekadashi. I'm doing it because otherwise I'll get the sins, and it's mandate to do it. If I don't do it, if I don't keep fast today, then I'll get some sins. This feeling, I must do it, I'm obliged to do it, and if I don't do, then I'll get some faults, some sins. This is called vedi bhakti, which is performed out of fear. Second is raganuga bhakti, which is performed out of love, out of spontaneous love. That is called raganuga bhakti. It one waits eagerly when ekadashi would come, because that day I would eat less, I would chant more, and I would remember Krishna more. That day seva would be more on ekadashi. So a sadhak eagerly waits for the ekadashi to come, for Ekadashi to come. And every day, the chanting which we do, which he does, Gopal mantra, and all these mantras which are essential, one chants these mantras out of love. Oh no, now I have to chant one more time. Today's Thursday, then Friday would come. Oh, again I have to do 16 rounds. If I don't do, oh ho, I I took a vow. I would do 16 rounds. This is like a fear. This this fear is Vaidhi Bhakti. And those who do Harinam, chant Harinam out of happiness, interest, eagerness, that is Rag Bhakti, out of enthusiasm. Rag means what? Asakti, attachment. Rag in simple language means asakti. Asakti in English means attachment. So if someone asks us, are we doing Raganuga Bhakti? No, no, no. We are not doing Raganuga Bhakti. What are we doing then? Rag Pravart Vaidhi Bhakti. We are following the rules and regulations of Vaidhi Bhakti, but we our goal is Rag Bhakti. We want to advance to Raga Bhakti. So it becomes inclusive. Raga Bhakti becomes inclusive in this. The purpose, the goal is Raganuga Bhakti. And the rules and regulations are as per Vedi Bhakti. Um, we hear about Braj Gopis, we are hearing about Braj Gopis. These Braj Gopis are Ragaitmik. Ragaitmik means those who are the associates of Bhagwan, those who have Preeti, their Sneh, their Mamta, Mamatva, their minus, they have all these with Bhagwan spontaneously, naturally. Natural, spontaneous love. They have not practiced it, they have not attained it from somewhere else. They have not. They are called Ragaitmik, and how they loved Krishna and served Krishna. They pleased Krishna by listening to them, by hearing about them. We also get the desire in our heart to worship or serve Krishna like them. So this, as under their anugatya, under their anugatya, the anugatya of gopis, when we do bhajan, that bhajan is called Raganuga Bhakti. So Ekadashi, Harinam, Gopal Mantra, we all have to do this, but out of love. Gopis are not like, oh, another day has come, now I have to do more seva, I have to make more garland for Krishna. Oh, it's such a hard work. It's not like that. There's utkantha, lalsa, umang, enthusiasm, interest, and eagerness, waiting for the service. All this will go on in Raganuga Bhakti. So this bhav in the hearts of sadhakas, what is the goal of for all of us to hear Venu Geet? What is the purpose for all of us to hear Venu Geet classes? Someone can say, it's too much, too high level for me to understand. Oh, why Maharaj chose Venu Geet? You are absolutely right. It's out of our league. I mean, way too high for us. But if we don't understand this, then we won't know with which bhav mood we should chant our Harinam, with which mood we should read the scriptures. That is why when we hear about these Braj Gopis, we get some greed in our heart. Low greed. Can I ever get such feelings, such emotions for Krishna? This greed, when it awakens, this greed becomes the only price which would let us enter in the through the gateway of Raganuga Bhakti. That is why Venugit. That is why it is essential to know Venugit, and the special thing which we, is, even though gopis are sharing their thoughts with each others and they are discussing the ras vichar, they are absorbed in that, but there is also tattva vichar in this transcendental tattva. We are going through the 15th verse right now, and almost 58 classes are done on Venu Geet, because we are trying to understand Venu Geet with tattva, bhav, vichar, pastimes, leelas. We are trying to hear, understand Venu Geet. So I hope all of you are understanding it. So till yesterday, whatever we heard, we will go further than that. All the rivers in Braj, like Yamuna Maharani and Mansi Ganga, we have to hear this patiently now. Don't just hear, but understand, try to understand, and try to enter in this. Yamuna Maharani and Mansi Ganga, these rivers are very, very pure. They are for Krishna's Preeti, Krishna's love. They accepted Dakshin Bhav, and they embraced Krishna. What is Dakshin Bhav? Dakshin Bhav is submissive mood. Submissive mood means what? Adhin. One wife, is a housewife. It's an example. She's submissive to her husband. Whatever the husband says, 100% she will do as it is, follow as it is. This is called dakshin. Second word is, another word is vame bhav. Vame bhav means where um, there is no submissive mood. Whatever you say, I'll do that. This is called vame bhav. Why I should follow all your instructions. Now, uh, Mansi Ganga, Yamuna Maharani in Braj, they are for Krishna's pleasure. The main point here is Krishna's Anand, Krishna's Preeti, pleasure, Anand, happiness. They accept Dakshin Bhav, the mood of submissiveness. The mood of submissiveness. Helpless, Deenhin. And by with this mood, they embrace Krishna's chest. But Krishna does not really appreciate or like this Dakshin Bhav, this mood of submissiveness. Krishna likes and he loves Vame Bhav, Tark Vitark. He wants to, someone gets man, and Krishna then has to please that person. So reverse intentionally accepted Dakshin Bhav, the mood of submissiveness. Why? For the pleasure of Krishna. But Sri Krishna does not really like this Dakshin Bhav. The moods of the reverse. And to taste a special mood, Krishna accepted Vame Bhav. Vame Bhav means Krishna became like Nirvikar, like he refused. This is called Vame Bhav. But internally he wants, the rivers want to embrace me, so I should also embrace them. This is his internal desire, but externally he's showing, no, 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 I don't want your embrace. This happens. Many people are nodding their head. Internally he has complete desire, but externally, outwardly, he's showing, no, 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 I don't want you to be embraced by you. Example I can give, I can't speak a lot here because of Maryada. Kirtan is going on in a program. Two, three Matajis got up and they wanted to dance. They were dancing, and those who were sitting, even they want to dance in Kirtan. This happens with Matajis. Such a nice Kirtan is going on. I feel like even I want to dance. But until nobody calls me or holds my hands and drags me to Kirtan, until then I just wait. So Matajis just wait. So this is also one half bhav, feelings. Then that Mataji who was dancing, she would show some sign to another Mataji. Oh, come, come. And then we would say, no, no, no. Internally I want to dance in the Kirtan. But externally I do some drama. The Matajis do some drama. Like Nakhra. Yes, no, yes, no. This is called Vame Bhav. Internally, when Radharani also accepts Vame Bhav, internally she has all the desire to meet Krishna, but externally, no, no, don't talk to me, don't talk to me. Tantrums. Nakhre in Hindi, in English we call it tantrums. This Anandavardhan Premaniketan, they increase Anand. And if you speak straightforward, then there is no Anand. So it has to be some little, tilted. Like in Hindi, say, if you are. So the reverse accepted uh, this Dakshin Bhav, and Krishna will refuse someone. Can Krishna refuse someone? He cannot refuse anyone, but he said, no, no, don't embrace me. I don't want to embrace you. Seeing this, the rivers became very shy or hesitant. Krishna neglected us. He refused us. We wanted to embrace him, but Krishna said no. So they felt embarrassed. They, the rivers felt embarrassed, but their internal feelings should not be. I mean, they came to such an extent, they didn't want to be unfortunate, to become unfortunate, to be left unfortunate. So they reacted immediately. They made waves, and like their arms, they make a lotus, and they put that lotus, offered that lotus at the lotus feet of Krishna. And they did abhishek, pad abhishek of Krishna, food abhishek of Krishna. By this, immediately, spontaneously, immediately they changed their mood, because they became hesitant and Krishna refused them. So they immediately took this decision. They were going to just embrace Krishna, but Krishna just turned his face the other side, and they felt hesitant, like neglected, embarrassed, shy. Why? Because rivers are female gender. Yamuna, Maharani, Mansi, Ganga, they are female gender, and females do feel shy, hesitant, embarrassing as per the situation. So Krishna is refusing them. And so all of a sudden they became embarrassed, and they reacted out of that. And how they reacted, they made a lotus and offered it to Krishna at his lotus feet through their waves. And the waves of rivers are like their arms. So they are so expert how they handled the situation, the rivers. Now we will hear Ras Vichar. In Ujjwal Neelmani, which is written by Sri Rupa Goswami, this book is all about Ras Vichar Shastra. It's a Ras Vichar Shastra. Ras Vichar Shastra means this complete book is Rupa Goswami has uh, Rupa Goswami here in this book, Ujjwal Mani, he explained everything about Nayak and Naika, Radha and Krishna, Nayak and Naika. Nayak means hero, Naika means heroine. They are not the hero heroine of Bollywood or Hollywood. They are, when you hear the words Nayak and Naika, then don't take your brain to Hollywood or Bollywood. Don't take your mind to any Bollywood actor or Hollywood actor. Here, it's not about Bollywood. When we hear the words Nayak and Naika, then it means it's referred to Krishna and Radha. So, Ujjwal Neel Mani is a very high class of scripture. It has lots of ras vichar, and Rupa Goswami in this says, we will hear it patiently and attentively. So the Naikas have Vame Bhav and Dakshin Bhav. Dakshin Bhav means submissive, listening to all the instructions. And Vame Bhav means not listening to instructions and doing tantrums. In ordinary language, tantrums. Showing man, doing man. So, as per Ras Shastra, Naikas have Vame Bhav more. Suddenly they can become angry, or suddenly they will become very happy. Internally something else, externally something else. This is Vame Bhav. So in Vame Bhav, what happens? In Vame Bhav, Rupa Goswami explains where the heroine Naika, she will reject the prayers of the hero Nayak. Krishna wants to meet with Radharani. She would say, "No, I don't want to meet you." Krishna would call her there at Sanket 1. She would say, "I'm not coming. I'm not coming." So this is how she would say no. Whatever Krishna says, Radhaji would reject those points, those prayers. That's why this Vame Bhav, only then this Vame Bhav can be nourished. If Radharani agrees to all the conditions and instructions, then Vame Bhav cannot survive. It cannot come. Second point, the heroines have concealed feelings. Internally, their feelings, they hide it. They don't express their feelings so easily and so soon. Sham Sundar is coming. Radharani would say, "Hey Krishna, I love you so much. All night I was waiting for you." She will not speak like this to Krishna, Radharani. She would, here lust doesn't mean lust actually. Here lust means love, transcendental love. So her transcendental love, her feelings, transcendental feelings, Radharani and gopis conceal those feelings in their heart. That's why it's Gopi Bhav. Gopi Bhav means Gopan, secret, confidential. It can't be expressed in words. It cannot be shown in so easily. It cannot be published or broadcasted. It's to be concealed. It's to be hidden. This is the second feature of heroines, Naikas, about their feelings. They won't express their feelings so clearly and so easily, so openly. Third point, very important, durlabta. Durlabta, rare. Meeting is very rare, difficult. Meeting cannot take place. Such a situation came that they were supposed to just meet. Krishna is in Nandagaon and Radharani is at Javat or Barsana. Where they want to meet? Midway. The midway of Nandagaon and Barsana is Sanket. Everything was planned, fixed, decided. We will meet at this time, at this place. Gopis would also come. But suddenly, in last moment, Radha Rani, she stepped outside her house, Radha Rani, and Jatila came. "Where are you going, my daughter-in-law? You come inside. You have to do this task." The meeting could not take place. Krishna is sitting and waiting at Sanketvan. He is worried. He's waiting, but the meeting could not take place between two of them. On the other side, Radharani in the Kunja is waiting for Krishna. Krishna, he was completely ready, dressed up with complete shingar, his turban, pearl necklace, nice kundals and earrings, bracelets in his hand, wrist, armlets. He was in complete nupur in his anklets. He wants to impress Radha Rani. So he's completely decorated with complete shingar. And he was just like, he just left to to arrive to the Kunj of Radha Rani. Either Yashoda Maya came or Baldev Prabhu came. Maya said, "Kanaiya, Lala, just come here. See, this calf is crying so much. Your father, your Baba is so busy. He's a little busy. Can you take care of these calves?" That's it. The meeting was just supposed to happen, but it couldn't happen. Or Dauji could call Krishna, "Kanaiya, come here. I want to speak to you." Now, what Krishna wants to speak, what Sham Sundar can speak. He was in mind thinking of Radharani in his mind. The meeting was planned. It was organized, but it's not taking place. Someone can ask us, who is there to stop Krishna? Who can stop Bhagwan? He's Bhagwan after all. That's why Chaitanya Charitamrita, this verse, Adi Leela, Mo Vishe Gopigan Utpati Bhave, Jog Maya Parive Apna Prabhave. अमी न जानी गोपीगण तुहु रूप गने दुहु नित्य हरे मन धर्व छाड़ी राग धोड़ी कोरे मिलन कबू मिले कबू ना मिले देवेर देवर. It's from Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela. Sometimes meeting, sometimes not meeting, sometimes separation. Because of whom? Devere Ghatan. Devere Ghatan means what? Because of Yog Maya. Because of Yog Maya. In ordinary language, we say because of Bhagwan, creator. But who is the creator here? Yog Maya. She is not letting them meet. And same Yog Maya then again arranges their meeting. Yog Maya won't keep them separated forever. She would also make them meet, and she does it. She is doing it. And Yog Maya also stops their meeting. So they are both situations. So this is called Ras Vardhan, Anand Vardhan. Every time meeting, Anand will not take place, happiness. Every time separation, even that's not good. Both should be balanced. Then Prem can be advanced, enhanced, Vardhan. In Ujjwal Neelmani, Shirup Goswami said, this Rati, this Prem, it has these ingredients. These ingredients are required to have in Rati. The prayers of the hero, Nayak, which is Krishna, and the rejection of the prayers by the Naika, heroine, Prachand, Prachand Kamukta, Drulapta, and Vamata. These four ingredients, if you can learn and please note them down, these four ingredients, this Parkya Bhav, which we hear, which we talk about, that Parkya Bhav has these four ingredients. Vamata, Prachand Kamukta, Durlapta, Kam. Fourth is Man. Vamta, Prachand Kamukta, Durlapta, Man. These four are essential in Parkya Bhav. These four together make Parkya Bhav. So Maharaj is checking and then he will tell us again because he wants us Nivaranta. Please note this down. Prachand Kamukta, Vamukta, Durlapta, Nivaranta. Nivaranta is also essential. Now, Nivaranta means the gopis, they belong to good families. They are kul istriya, good character. If they have these emotions, if they express such emotions, they are not ordinary personalities. They are not some cheap ladies. They are not, oh, they saw a nice handsome man like Krishna and they got attracted. No, they follow their kul dharma, their family dharma, these Braj gopis. So that's why it's called Nivaranta, means Nivar. They don't express their feelings, they hide their feelings. This is essential. Just 1 minute, Maharaj is looking for his page. This is called Parkya Bhav. Vamata. Vamata means what? The hero would pray to the heroine, and the Naika would reject the prayers of the hero, which is Krishna. Second is Prachand Kamukta. Third is Nivaranta. And fourth is Vamata. Durlabta also, if I have missed that. These are the four ingredients of Parkya Bhav. These together make the Parkya Bhav. Now, in separation, um, we we hear this again and again. I will repeat it again. In separation mood, it's natural. The mood becomes dakshin, submissive in the mood of separation. And in meeting, the mood becomes vame bhav, rejecting the prayers of Krishna. The gopis, when they were feeling separation from Krishna, those gopis who were who were of vame bhav, but when they felt separation from Krishna, they became submissive, dakshin bhav. That's why they sang Gopi Geet. In Gopi Geet, they pray to Krishna. So in Venu Geet, Pranarthak, this verse Maharaj is singing. धरनी मंडना देहवापदी चरण पंकजा चंडमन रमणनस्तने वर्णपाद. This is from Gopi Geet. This means, let's hear it Maharaj saying. First hear, then he will explain. In Gopi Geet, gopis express like this, they speak like this to Krishna. The mood is of separation, feelings are of separation, so gopis became submissive. Otherwise, gopis are not submissive. And Krishna's lotus feet, they meditating on Krishna's lotus feet. They're speaking the glories of Krishna's lotus feet in Gopi Geet. They're not lying. They're speaking the truth. They are saying, gopis, hey Sham Sundar, um, you keep your lotus feet on our chest. What does it mean? Dakshin Bhav, or lots of respect. So, Krishna, you please keep your lotus feet on our chest, because your lotus feet can fulfill the um, those who love you. You fulfill all the desires of those devotees. You fulfill means your lotus feet fulfills. Specifically here, gopis are glorifying the glories of Krishna's lotus feet. Those who worship you, those who serve you, your lotus feet can fulfill all of your desires. Because these lotus feet, they fulfill the manabhisht, whatever desire one has, especially those who are pranathajan. Pranathajan means what? those who have love with Krishna, those who have a relationship with Krishna. Pranay, like we say, गौरमारजि सब स्थाने करोल ब्राह्मण रांगे से सब स्थाना हेरे गो आमी प्रणय भकत सांगे शुद्ध भकत चरण रेणु भजन अनुकूला भकत सेवा परम सिद्धि प्रेमलती करमूला शुद्ध भकत चरण रेणु भजन अनुकूला. Today is Ekadashi Tithi, and this bhajan is also of Ekadashi. How do we go to Dham? Pranay Bhakata Sange. Pranay Bhakata Sange. Those who have prem, love with Bhagwan, those who have bhakti for Bhagwan, those who have preeti in Bhagwan, they are called Pranit Jan. In short form, those uh, in, in whom Krishna's life here resides, they are called Pranit Jan. Hey Krishna Sam Sham Sundar, your lotus feet fulfills the internal desires of your Pranat Jan. Those Pranat Jan, sorry, even Brahmaji also performs worship of your lotus feet. The Brahma who does the creation, those lotus feet are like they are the jewelry for Bhu Devi. She is a goddess, Earth, Mother Earth. So Devi's demigoddesses do wear jewels. So your lotus feet are jewelry for accessories or jewelry. Abhushan in Hindi is called abhushan. Like the ladies wear earrings. So Bhu Devi's her ornaments are what? Not makeup, not shingar. Sorry. So the ornaments of Prithvi Devi, Mother Earth, is the lotus feet of Krishna. Krishna's lotus feet are the ornaments for Bhu Devi. So just by meditation, those who meditate on your lotus feet, all his obstacles are finished, destroyed. Vipatti means not chai patti. Chai patti means tea in Hindi. Bhagwan, your lotus feet are can kill chai patti. Chai patti means tea leaves in Hindi. So not tea leaves. It's not about tea leaves. It's not about chai patti. Actually, Krishna's lotus feet are like that. Oh, Krishna, I have to leave tea for you. His lotus leaf destroys our addiction for drinking tea. It's here we're talking about not chai patti, but vipatti. Vipatti means what? Have you ever experienced this? Krishna's lotus feet, you meditate on his lotus feet, and on us a huge trouble was about to come, but it got cancelled. Have you ever realized this? This is your personal experience. You might have experienced this. That how meditating on Krishna's lotus feet, one can be saved from huge problems or troubles. This doesn't happen. Is this regular or random? It's regular. Those who meditate on Krishna's lotus feet, those those who surrender to Krishna's lotus feet, there can't be any trouble for them. Mangal Bhavan, Amangal Hari. Mangal Bhavana Mangal Hari. All finishing all the inauspiciousness and giving all the auspiciousness. Krishna's lotus feet. Shri Bhagwan's lotus feet. Removing all the obstacles and the troubles and the problems. But gopis accepting Vame Bhav, and then they saying these lotus feet are the root cause of all the problem. when they accept Vame Bhav, when the gopis accept Vame Bhav, like in Bangla, Bengali, they say, you can learn this. Joto dosh nandera ghosh. Joto dosh nandera ghosh. In Bengali, they speak like this. Joto dosh nandera ghosh. All the faults are of this son of Nanda Maharaj. He was, if he wouldn't have taken birth, there won't be any problem. Putna wouldn't have come, Agasar wouldn't have come, Bakasar wouldn't have come, Keshi wouldn't have come, so many demons wouldn't have come, Indra wouldn't do so many troubles. So Joto Dosh, all the faults are because of this son of Nanda Maharaj. Joto Dosh, Nandira Ghosh. All because of him. But this is spoken in Madhur Roop, not out of enviousness, not out of anger. It's out of actually love. So this is the mood of gopis. Sham Sundar, your lotus feet only are the root. Your lotus feet are the only solution to remove all the obstacles for your devotees. Our biggest obstacle is separation. If anybody who can remove this separation is only your lotus feet. So come, Krishna, come and put your lotus feet on my chest, on our chest. But when they accept Vame Bhav, gopis, then they say, oh Krishna, your lotus feet are the root cause of all the problems. This is the difference. In Gopi Geet, what they're saying is out of separation mood. It's not out of Vame Bhav, it's out of Dakshin Bhav. Fourth adjective is by serving your lotus feet, your when we serve Thakurji's lotus feet, when we get that service, Krishna says, come, come, can you massage my lotus feet? And just imagine the devotee who would massage Krishna's lotus feet, what pleasure, anand, happiness that devotee would get. Anupam. Anupam means which cannot be, no comparison, for which there is no comparison, unparalleled. That experience that devotee experiences when they massage the lotus feet of Krishna. So the service of lotus feet, we don't know in which birth we would get it. Dur Nagari, bari Dur Nagari. Right now our destination is very far. It's very far. There is a bhajan like this. Dur Nagari, badi Dur Nagari. कैसे आऊं रे कन्हाई, कैसे आऊं रे कन्हाई, तेरी गोकुल नगरी, बड़ी दूर नगरी. Gurudev would hear this bhajan a lot, 90s, when Gurudev would come to uh, Delhi. Gurudev would request his Kirtaniya, Krishnadas Prabhuji, that you sing this bhajan, then I'll explain the meaning of this bhajan. So right now, we don't know when we would go to Golok. Getting the service of Krishna's lotus feet is too far. But in this sadhak body, do we have his service available? Yes or no? Gurudev is asking, Maharaj is asking. Someone can say, no, it's too far. Why is far? It is available to us. It is still available to us, to serving Krishna's lotus feet. This service, Krishna's lotus feet, they are they are not a small dimension, not just those feet. Its definition is vast, it's huge, it's very big, magnanimous. We, those who chant Harinam sincerely, the mantras which we chant sincerely, we serve Thakurji in our home sincerely, we fast on Ekadashi, we go to Dham, we serve Vaishnavas. All these are called Charan Kamal Seva, serving the lotus feet of Bhagavan Shri Krishna. All these are, they come in the service of serving the lotus feet of Shri Krishna's lotus. Experiencing it, realizing it depends from devotee to devotee, from person to person. Hearing Harikathas, preaching, what is this? Pada Sevanam. They are Pada Sevanam. Charan Kamal Seva means Pada Sevanam. When we come to Dham for Parikrama, we go to Navdeep, we go for Kartik Parikrama, they all are Pada Sevana. Pada Sevanam. Means that means you are serving the lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. This bhav which gopis expressed, this bhav, this mood is called Dakshin Bhav, the mood of submissiveness. Now the next point is, but Krishna is Dhir Lalit Nayak. Krishna, he is Dhir Lalit Nayak, means that hero who is very carefree, not worried, no tension, always happy, jolly, no stress, no tension, no anxiety, no pressure, no competition. Dhir Lalit Nayak. Shri Krishna doesn't like Dakshin Bhav, the mood of submissiveness. He doesn't like it. It doesn't attract him. Whatever gopis just said, this Krishna doesn't like. That is why sometimes Krishna, seeing this Dakshin Bhav of gopis, he becomes sad, udasin. Then he neglects them. He doesn't like it. So gopis, why this point is raised? Here gopis, about whatever is going on in their heart internally, seeing the river Yamuna and Mansi Ganga, they are Mansi Ganga actually, and Yamuna Maharani, they don't have those feelings, but gopis are seeing them like this with their moods, and they are seeing their moods and feelings, emotions. They are infusing actually, aropit, infusing their feelings, emotions to these rivers. The entire Gopi Geet, Venu Geet is this. The entire Venu Geet is this. Gopis are seeing their feelings in others. In others. This is Venu Geet. So this means what? By hearing Krishna's Venu Nath, through Krishna's Venu Nath, Krishna's flutes sound vibration, the whirlpool in Yamuna Maharani whirlpool and in Mansi Ganga, the rivers are flowing in opposite direction. The river water becomes stagnant. Sometimes the water would increase. All these different distortions, vikar, symptoms, seeing all these, gopis also take them as Krishna Anuragni, and with different feelings, actually all the reactions they are seeing, gopis are seeing in the rivers, they are thinking that these are our feelings which are in them as well. Seeing this, gopis are speaking with each other. Alap vilap means speaking to each other. Means, and this is how what does it mean if I do like this? Like a deep breath. This means what? Gopis are saying to each other, oh Sakhi, we are so unfortunate. I'm so unfortunate. Our beauty is useless. Our youth is useless. It's no point of getting such a youthful body. We never saw Krishna properly. Forget about meeting Krishna. Uh, although they meet Krishna daily, but they are saying we could not meet Krishna in with full satisfaction. We never saw Krishna properly with full satisfaction. And hearing to Krishna's Venu Nath, all the shyness, hesitance, patience, our dharma, istri dharma, the dharma of females, and the social activities, we gave Jalanjali to all that. Means we put all that in water, Jalanjali. And like this, we came near to Krishna. We came near Krishna. But still, with these arms, we could not embrace Krishna. These rivers, Mansi Ganga and Yamuna Maharani, we could not offer flowers at the lotus feet of Krishna. Indirectly, they are saying, gopis are saying that these rivers are able to do so. That is why they are more fortunate than us. We are not able to do. We are unfortunate. Hi, hi. This hi, hi means not English hi, hi. Sometimes in Katha here, I speak hi hi, then say English hi hi, like that. It's of Hindi hi hi. In English, in alas alas in English, alas alas. If we become rivers like Yamuna and Mansi Ganga, then we could also hear Krishna's Vinunad, and we would give up everything of ours in water, Jalanjali, and we would independently come to Krishna's lotus feet. We would embrace Krishna's chest. We would touch his lotus feet. By getting this gopi birth, we are still unfortunate. We are not getting that opportunity. We cannot embrace Krishna. We cannot touch Krishna's lotus feet. We cannot offer anything to Krishna's lotus feet. So this gopi body is a waste. This gopi birth is a waste. So this is the mood gopis are expressing here. That is why these rivers, the birth of these rivers is millions times far better than our gopi birth. If we get a chance to become a river, we would be very fortunate to become rivers in Braj. Oh, Sakhi, oh, my friend, these rivers, we don't know which the austerities, which worship these rivers have performed, that they came as rivers in the form of rivers in Braj Mandal, which austerity they did previously. If we get to know, gopis are saying, if we get to know that they did this kind of austerity, this kind of vow, this kind of fasting, then we would leave everything and we would also do that particular practice austerity, so that in next birth in Brajmandal we would also come as a river and not as gopi body. And they are saying we don't know which offense we have done at the lotus feet of the creator. Gopis are showing their grief, they're sad. Like Rupa Goswami says, Bhakti Rudanchati Yadapi Madhav Nathvai Mam. Hey Madhav, at your lotus feet, I have not even a fraction of bhakti. So gopis are saying we don't know which kind of offense we have done at the feet of Creator, Vidhata, Bhagwan, that we are so bounded with chains in our family, in our homes, or some how we can develop a relationship with Krishna, and can we ever live with Krishna someday in future? This is how gopis are glorifying the fortune of rivers, and they are speaking about how unfortunate they are. So we will end this verse here today. 15th verse is finished. Tomorrow we will discuss verse number 16th, the next verse. Tomorrow, 16th verse tomorrow. All glories to Shiv Erungi. गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरि हरि बोल। एकादशी तिथि की जय। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू एकादशी देवी। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Hare Krishna.